creative space is one of the more important things I think that you can invest in and just absolutely dial in for yourself. Naturally, your first rendition of your office or creative space isn't going to be the best, or it's not going to be as streamlined as it can be. You got to work out the kinks, you got to use the space, see what works best for you, and eventually develop something that not only does everything you need it to in terms of functionality, but also energizes you and charges you creatively. It's something for me personally that will never stop changing. I love to switch up spaces. I love to just constantly try new things and try new styles. So for me, my creative space will most likely just be in a never-ending cycle of change. And I mean, I encourage that for everybody. How do you know if there's not something better out there if you don't try it in the first place? But so over the years, I have invested and developed my space that I'm currently working in and tried new things, all kinds of different desks, different setups, different layouts, you name it. And as of now, I feel like I've gotten to a place that is pretty nice and that serves me quite well. Now, is it perfect? Not in the slightest. There's a lot of things that I would like to do differently that I'll talk about in this video, but I wanted to go ahead and walk you through my creative space, my office, where I create all these YouTube videos and edit all my photos and a vast amount of other things as well. I actually have gotten a lot of comments on certain items that people notice in the background of my videos, so hopefully I can answer some of those questions within this video and show you guys some cool things that maybe, just maybe, will help you dial in your space as well. So to kick things off, my office or my creative space is in our spare den. It's not a closed off room, but it is a big enough room where I'm able to make it work. And like I said, it's nothing fancy, but I've worked it multiple different ways. I've had my desk on the left side, on the right side, tried to dial in the background for videos, and I feel like the way that it's set up currently is the best way to take advantage of this room. Now me, I love natural light. I love my windows, and it's right next to some really big windows, which is perfect for when I'm editing or just doing other tasks other than recording. When I am recording, the window blinds are closed, naturally, so you're not having that blown out background, but otherwise the windows are always open for me. I am a big natural light kind of guy. To start out, on the left side of the room, I've got this awesome file cabinet that I got from Sedita. I'm actually not 100% sure how to say their name, but hopefully it's one of those. Now you can find these guys on Amazon, and they were kind enough to reach out to me and see if I wanted to try out any of their pieces. And I ended up choosing this filing cabinet, which is awesome. It is much better than what I've had before. It was just a little white bookcase that was barely wood. And while I will say the construction did take a while, there's a lot of pieces, a lot of parts. So make sure if you ever order anything from them, just have a big enough space to lay everything out and set aside about 2.5 to 3 hours. But once you do get it built and finally in place, it is a nice piece, and I've enjoyed this quite a bit, especially for its closed off glass door section. I love being able to display some of my items, but also just the organization and the space that this unlocked for me. My white bookcase that I had was an absolute mess. It was way too small, but I'm able to fit everything onto this and have plenty of space for more. And in case you were wondering, it is wide enough to fit a Lego Knights Castle on the top of it. It's also equipped with some USB ports and plugs on the top, which is awesome for lamps and other things. And it even comes with an LED light strip that you can use to light the inside of it. The LED lights are a little dim in my opinion, so maybe you can get a better one. But it is nice to have, and I do use it from time to time, but I mostly just keep it off. But a huge thank you again to them for sending this out. I will have links if you guys are interested in any of the items in this video. I will have them all listed below in the description. Now moving on over to the main station of this setup. Directly behind me, I have this gear locker that I got off of Amazon, and unfortunately it's not currently available. I'm going to try to find a similar link or a link to something that looks similar, and I'll put the link to the original one that I bought down below as well. Maybe it'll come back, but currently it's not available. But I did just buy it off of Amazon, and I gotta say, I love this thing. I've actually got a lot of questions about it in a ton of videos, and it's sad that I can't share a link to you guys that will take you to this product for you to get yourself, but hopefully there's something similar out there that you guys can go and snag. Otherwise, yes, I have loved this little gear locker. It's been awesome. Great quality. It's fully metal. It's got on the side a place where I can hang my bags and other equipment, and then it's got 3 shelves. The very top being where I put all of my gimbals and a few other things. Moving down a shelf is where I keep all my gear, like my lenses and my cameras and a few other things that I don't currently have out. Moving down a shelf, I have this awesome record player that I got from Savage Audio, and then next to those are my Rode Wireless Pros. The significance of both of these products, these were like 2 of the very first products that I got sent to me from these brands just because they found my YouTube videos. So call it a little sentimental. I might rework this shelf eventually, but currently that's what I've got there. And then the bottom shelf, I have a charging station. I got my iPad here, got a bunch of other tech, but also places where I can charge all my batteries, like my V mounts, my Sony batteries, or just plug in phones, you name it. I also use one of the Type-C cables to plug in my light so it doesn't die on me while I'm recording. But I want to pause and tell you guys about another little piece of tech that I have been using and love. And this is actually from a company called Charge. They've sent me a handful of things, and I absolutely love working with them. They have been a blast to work with. One of the first things they sent me was this awesome little 65-watt charger that has the cable built in, which is super handy because you don't have to like have two separate pieces. It's all just like one. I use this. I keep this in my kitchen drawer, and I use it all the time to charge various different things. They basically took that same design and put it into a power bank, a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank. This is like my go-to thing that I throw in my bag now as a charger, as a power bank, you name it. And it's nice because it's literally the only thing you have to throw into your bag. Now, granted, it is a bigger footprint than just like a standard power brick, sure, but you're getting power wherever you go, and you can charge it by just simply plugging it into the wall, letting it charge. And then there's a little power button right here that if you click it, it shows you how much is charged. But just like the 65-watt charger, you've got the cable built in, and you don't have to worry about having two separate things. And it's awesome. Like I said, it's 10,000 milliamp hours. I took this on a road trip. I was able to keep my stuff charged like all the time. It's a phenomenal little footprint. And I've said it in the past, their stuff goes really well with Nothing products like this Nothing Phone 3A, which is basically my secondary phone at this point. But that's why I have this out on standby. It's a perfect charger, whether or not you have to plug it in or not, it's going to give you juice wherever you go. But aside from that, moving down, you have interior storage as well, and a lockable cabinet, which is nice. This is where I keep my drone, my GoPro, basically everything else that's not out that should be out. Honestly, I have a few things that I need to kind of dig out of there, but it's a great space to put gear, valuables, all sorts of different things. And again, it just looks good in the frame. It's a nice, just robust, kind of industrial looking piece, but it screams gear locker, which is the look that I was going for. Now moving over to the main spot. This is where the magic happens. We got a couple desks. I'll cover my filming desk first. This is the FlexiSpot E6. I've already got a video on this desk, so I'll link it here, but this is a desk that FlexiSpot again reached out to, wanted me to make a video on, and I have loved using it, and it's served me very, very well in these YouTube videos. I love the bamboo wood top. The only thing I don't know why I did is I didn't get a black frame. It would have looked a little bit better, but I got the white frame with the bamboo top. It still looks good, still served me well. It's very sturdy, does a good job. This is also in my video, I tested it. I can sit on this and raise it up. It is an adjustable desk, which is very nice because this is my filming desk. This is where I'll do top downs, unboxings, whatever, and I can always adjust it to whatever height I need it depending on the angle that I'm shooting at. So I highly suggest if you're doing some kind of like unboxing table or like filming table, get an adjustable one. It offers a plethora of flexibility in terms of filming. Moving back to the camera setup, it is pretty simple, not gonna lie. I have rigged out my Sony a7S III. I rigged it out in a cinema kit type style, and I leave it this way because it's nice to take it off and handhold it whenever I need to. And I'm also just a huge fan of V-mounts because they last forever and you can run everything off of them. So that's why I stick with the cinema kit. I wanted to go to an FX3, but honestly, the a7S III has served me so well. It is such a good camera. I haven't really seen a need to upgrade to an FX3, and at this point, the FX3 II is probably around the corner, so I'll probably go ahead and upgrade to that eventually, but for now the a7S III is phenomenal. You can find some really good deals on them too. Next to that, I have just a little monopod style mount for my Zoom H6, which is how I record my audio. I don't have an audio interface. I just run this, which is my microphone that I use. I'm sure you're all very familiar with it. It's the Shure SM7B. I just run that all the way down and around and into the H6. And then from there, I just use the line out, the 3.5mm into my a7S III, and it honestly sounds just as good as if I took the backup audio and synced it in post. But this way I don't have to sync anything. It just goes directly into my S3 and it still sounds just as good. I listened to the file from my S3 and then the raw file from the H6 side by side multiple times just to see, just to confirm, I'm not losing out on anything here, am I? And it honestly sounded pretty much the same, and it sounded fine. So I just took one step out of my workflow, and I don't have to sync audio anymore. It's honestly been really nice. It's a breeze to set up, and it's streamlined this whole setup for me quite a bit. Now, in terms of lighting, you guys will love this. I'm still using the same light that I bought off of Amazon 7 years ago for $85. It was like $85 for two. And I'm still using that same light. I'm not using any aperture. I'm not using any Amaran or anything like that. as much as I would love to, and I've used several for other occasions. I just don't have one of my own. And honestly, this light continues to do what I need it to do because it's so close and my space is so small. I don't really see a need to get anything else. Now, yes, if I had to be nitpicky with the light and the overall look, there is much better out there, and I will probably eventually buy something new. It's just been one of those things where I haven't gone out of my way to order anything. It's been killing it. It does what it needs to do. The bulb's still there. The softness is honestly pretty stellar for 85 bucks. If you take anything out of this, just take this and learn. You don't have to spend a ton of money to get started. I mean, literally just buy something simple and then run with it. Because I mean, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Yes, I probably should at this point get something a little bit better. I would love to get a handful of other lights too, maybe some backlights. But for the space I got right now, this is what it is. And it's still kicking. And moving on to the workstation, the battleship, if you will. This has been my go-to setup for a little over a year at this point. The foundation is the Secretlab Magnus Pro. I've already got a video on this desk as well, but this desk has been amazing. It has been worth every single penny that I paid for it. Still kicking strong. The motors have shown zero wear and tear signs. And like I said, this thing has been worth every single penny. One of the biggest reasons why I got it was the cable management tray, and that has proved to be an awesome addition. I am able to conceal most of the cables down there and not have anything show. Aside from that, the chair that I have is just your standard Corsair T1. Does the job. It's pretty comfy. It's not like the most comfy thing in the world, and sometimes I would rather stand than sit in it. But I mean, that's just if you're sitting for a long enough time, I always do recommend standing or just stretching. That's why getting a standing desk is such an important upgrade. It has helped my back and aches tremendously. But for the money and the look, it is still a pretty good chair. Other than that, the main brains I've been rocking for would be 9 months now is the newer Mac Mini M4 Pro. Love this thing. This thing has been awesome. It has done wonders rendering and doing everything that I needed to do. Rocking 2 ProArt displays from Asus. Love these monitors, especially for the price. I think they're only like 250 bucks, but they have great resolution, great color accuracy. Rocking a single monitor light as well, just to see. It's actually been one thing that I've loved to have, is just to be able to see my desk, especially when I'm editing late into the night. And the main peripherals I'm rocking are the Logitech's MX keyboard and mouse. Also rocking a Logitech speaker setup, which I will also have linked down below. This thing sounds great. But so that is everything. That is currently what I'm rocking to make content online for you all to watch, and also to just create for myself as well. This setup I've been rocking for a really long time, and that says something because I usually like to switch things up like all the time. So once you find something that works, definitely use it, maximize it, get everything you can out of it before you start switching things up again. But like I said, don't be afraid to do that, because I think we do need to always try new things, switch things up, get creative with it, don't get complacent, and always have that itch for progress. I do know I am excited for when I have a new space, because I'm getting close to outgrowing this current one, so we'll see what the future holds. But wherever it is and whatever it looks like, I know I'm going to enjoy setting it up. Hopefully this video offered some inspiration for you guys if you're in the middle of switching things up yourself or trying to put together your optimal setup. Hopefully this gave you some kind of inspiration to work off of. And like I said, if you liked anything in this video, I'll have links down below for you to go check out those products. But that is it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. But as always, that is enough watching. Enough consuming content, guys. Go out there and create something yourself. Go get those setups dialed in. I will see you all in the next video.